Well, for more than 50 years now, it has been our province's official flower with glowing white petals, the dogwood. Symbolizes peace in times of turmoil. In fact, during the Second World War, the sale of dogwood lapel pins earned money to purchase comforts for British Columbian soldiers. But now the Pacific dogwood is under attack itself by a fungus that is so vicious it is threatening the species' very survival on Vancouver Island. A News reporter Erin Glazier has the story.
You can actually see the little black spots on it, and that's actually from the fungus.
At first glance, this tree does not look like a Pacific dogwood.
Last year it was just a mass of white, and historically a mass of white blooms, and hardly any bloom this year. And that's because the bud for the bloom was actually infected.
Mummified infected leaves are a sign this tree is sick. The diagnosis, dogwood leaf and twig blight.
In my 28-year career, I've seen hundreds of them succumb to this pathogen. The pathogen is airborne. It's synonymous with the species throughout its native range, and it is a chronic problem.
This is one of the worst infection seasons since the disease's discovery in 1978. Trees all over Greater Victoria are in bad shape after a wet, cool spring and summer. Ideal conditions for the fungus to spread.
See little pimples there?
Yeah.
So when those get wet, they swell, and the spores come squeezing out just like, say, toothpaste from a tube in a little tendril. And you'll often see this sort of wedge-shaped pattern at the tip of the leaves, and that's, if you think of where water droplets are rolling down the leaf and where they're collecting, it's at the tip of the leaf, and that's where the spores end up spending a lot of their time.
The time between initial infection and death can be relatively short, 3 to 5 years if nothing is done.
The best time is in the winter when you see these mummified leaves. These are the ones that if you remove those, that you're going to give the tree the best start for the new growing season.
You can rake up the dead leaves and don't put them in your own compost. Prune back the dead branches that provide inoculum, and then dispose of those in a clean way and keep your pruning tools clean as well.
And if all else fails and the dogwood tree and twig blight does end up killing the species in your yard, Bottrell says the best thing you can do is to plant a climbing hydrangea at the base and use the dead tree as a lattice.
Especially if trees have unique character or architecture, and then it will fill the sky area that she's going to be losing as far as for her privacy.
The dogwood anthracnose will never go away, but its devastating effects in urban areas need to be curbed if this species is going to remain on southern Vancouver Island. In Victoria, Erin Glazier, A News.